Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening. Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. This is your Christian Geek Radar covering the month of November 2018, a pretty active month. Looking back, there was more that happened than I really remembered. First off, I want to highlight that CBN News had a video titled Superbook Takes Center Stage at Japan's Biggest Evangelistic Festival. And this was really interesting for me to kind of see, because when last I knew about Superbook, pretty much was like the cel-animated anime show back from like the 80s, but the show has been rebooted since then, gotten a nice upgrade in terms of like modern visuals, modern animation style, and it's got recently a prominent place in a big evangelistic event in Japan, which was really neat for me to hear about. I've always been kind of curious. Japan is one of the places that I would love to travel someday if I had the finances and the opportunity, because there's just a lot of interesting cultural stuff going on there. I'd like to get kind of a sense of the people and the lifestyle, and where Christianity potentially fits in or doesn't fit in over there. So this was really neat to see this happening over in Japan. Let's see, we also had the release of the board game Soul of the Empire by Chara Games, a producer of Christian board games. And this one is, let's see, the description on it reads, if I can scroll down here, Soul of the Empire is a 2 to 4 player, 2-hour asymmetric strategy game about the worldview clash which fractured the Roman Empire. It is 54 AD. Take on the Roman, Jewish, Christian, or coalition factions and use their unique advantages to achieve their historical objectives. And if you want, there is a really great resource for you in Game Boy Geek over on YouTube. He's a believer himself, and he's been creating how to play videos for a while, has done a lot of stuff in association with the Dice Tower, including co-hosting the Dice Steeple podcast, which specifically kind of like combines the Christian faith and that perspective with the hobby of board gaming. So, and he puts out really great how to play videos, and has a video featuring Soul of the Empire that you can check out. Let's see, moving on into video games, Engadget in November posted an article titled Christianity and Conservationism Collide in Pangolin's Puzzle. And this is a mobile game about, well, let me see, let me go to the actual website here and read the description that they have. The game overview says, a timid young pangolin embarks on an unexpected adventure with only one weapon, a powerful, problem-solving imagination. Can you help her outwit a group of dangerous poachers to become an unlikely hero? Introducing gameplay that is as unique as pangolins themselves, this new twist on the classic logic grid puzzle will make you want to curl into a ball and scale up your brain power. Are you ready for the challenge? And this is available, I believe, on Google devices and iOS devices as well. And I thought it was really interesting that the pangolin, as I understand it, is an endangered species, and so they wanted to just kind of highlight that, and which I think is really cool. You know, I think that for a while there was folks that were of the of maybe the evangelical kind of like thread of Christianity, especially when that's associated with political things, often can be associated with the political right, which oftentimes has been known to really kind of neglect conserving, and being thoughtful about our environment and things like that, when really, biblically speaking, we are meant to be the stewards of creation, the caretakers of creation. And so I think this is a great outworking of that biblical calling that's supposed to be wired into us, that God intended for us from the beginning, that just went south terribly. So this is a great combination, I think, to have something coming from a Christian game developer that has to do with being a good caretaker of creation. Moving on to another video game from the game developers who created Myst, who are Christians themselves. Abduction is their latest game. In a similar vein, I think, to Myst, the description reads, a new sci-fi adventure from Cyan, the creators of Myst, abducted far across the universe. So they abducted, spelled with an A, abducted far across the universe. You find yourself on a broken alien landscape with odd pieces of Earth. Explore, uncover, solve, and find a way to make it home. Also playable on Oculus Rift, they add. So that's Abduction. If you're listening to the podcast version of this on the Christian Geek Central podcast, that's Obduction, Abduction. Let's see here. Oh, and Soma Games, the Christian developer who has created the Lost Legends of Redwall video game recently, they have just launched a YouTube channel dedicated entirely to Lost Legends of Redwall. So if you're interested in the Redwall intellectual property, or those games in particular, be sure to check out Soma Games' new YouTube channel that's focused entirely on Lost Legends of Redwall. Now moving on to books, author Morgan L. Boos released Mark of the Raven, part of the Ravenwood saga. This is kind of like a fantasy type story, I think. Let's read the description here so there's no mistaking what kind of book this is. It says, Lady Selene is the heir to the great house of Ravenwood and the secret family gift of dreamwalking. As a dreamwalker, she can enter a person's dreams and manipulate their greatest fears or desires. For the last 100 years, the Ravenwood women have used their gift of dreaming for hire to gather information or to assassinate. As she discovers her family's dark secret, Selene is torn between upholding her family's legacy, a legacy that supports her people, or seeking the true reason behind her family's gift. So again, that's Morgan L. Boos. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I apologize. It's spelled B-U-S-S-E. Mark of the Raven is available on Amazon.com. Moving along to another book from Enclave Publishing. You can get more information about Enclave at enclavepublishing.com. This one's by Joshua A. Johnston. It's book 3 in the Chronicles of Sarko series, titled Through Chaos. The description reads, a singular evil, an unlikely salvation. Captain Jared Carter and the Navy cruiser Hatan have helped liberate an alien race from the clutches of darkness, but at a terrible cost of lives and ships. While regrouping, they receive word that a shocking fate has befallen the Confederacy during the Hatan's distant campaign. Jared and his crew face the prospect that their home as they knew it is no more. Danger now threatens them on 2 fronts, ahead in the Empire of the Domain and behind in the warring factions of the former Confederacy. The Hatan battle fleet must split up in hopes of combating both evils, their separate destinations leading to a singular enemy. So again, that's Through Chaos by Joshua A. Johnston. And finally, I want to remind you guys one more time that there is a GoFundMe that's active now for Brandon Barr, who recently is if you didn't know, he's a Christian fantasy author, has been around for a while, but he recently lost his battle with cancer and really wanted in his final days to ensure that his family was cared for, and so this GoFundMe was set up to help care for his family in the midst of his passing. So if you would like to support Brandon's family as they deal with this tragedy and try to figure out what the new normal is going to be for them, you can do a search for on the hashtag Brandon's Buddies for more information about how you can help, and that would be a great thing that you could give to if you wanted to this Christmas season. If you want to stay up to date on all of kind of like the big highlights and news tidbits specifically relevant to the world of Christian geekery, I want to invite you to follow Christian Geek Central on Twitter at Christian_geek. Once a month I do this roundup, but there are things that like they come in and out of existence, like sales and quick announcements that are very time-oriented that would be pointless for me to mention during the roundup at the end of the month, but that you might really be interested in as they quickly appear and then quickly before they vanish. If you want to keep track of that kind of stuff, again, on Twitter we are at Christian_geek. All right, that is all the news I have for you this month on the Christian Geek Radar. We will catch up on some more next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
ChristianGeekCentral.com